It's game time in Boston as the crowds look to cheer on the Celtics. We've got a chance now for our starting lineups from point guard to center. This game should be a good one. And guys, what do you think we'll be seeing from Serge Ibaka in this one?
You know, he's really adept at keeping possessions alive by hitting the boards and cashing in on some of those putbacks.
And something else he does that might not wind up in the stat sheet, but is still a big part of his game, his leadership defensively. Collectively, they're a much better team when he's on the floor.
So for the Thunder, their last game a loss to the Spurs in San Antonio.
Well, they were lucky it wasn't a blowout because they didn't put forth a very strong performance in that one.
Yeah, they just couldn't find anything to work for him, Steve. No matter what approach they used, it was futile.
Well, it was the Boston Celtics, their last game a loss to the Wizards in Washington.
Yeah, I thought their defense in that game was about as shaky as it could be. At home, that kind of defense isn't going to cut it. Never mind if you're on the road.
They really looked tired to me, and I don't know if they had travel issues or if they were out too late, but something was amiss because they had no energy.
The shot's good from Westbrook.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
On defense, Oklahoma City. Their last encounter was in Oklahoma City.
And what that game came down to, guys, was their ability to use that three-point shot so effectively.
The work they did on the perimeter was absolutely outstanding. Way too much for that defense to be able to handle.
Clock at 6. Crawford kicks to Humphries. Rondo rejected by Westbrook. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far.
Before his injury last season, it was quite clear that while the rest of the Celtics bunch could still hold their own, this would no doubt be Rondo's team moving forward.
Now here's Durant. 17 points for him last game against San Antonio.
He's such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
For Boston, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Now Rondo, 14 points from him the last game against the Wizards in Washington.
And he did some nice work on the boards too, Kevin. That was definitely a factor in that game as well.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
And for Rondo and the Celtics, had actually explored trading him in the past. You always heard the rumors he butted heads with Doc Rivers, and they wondered if he was too individualistic. But now they hand him the keys.
Well, he's a tremendous player, Rondo, and a guy who can take over a game. And there have been times when he's been a little moody. We've seen him bump officials. He's gotten suspended. He's gotten into little tiffs with teammates. But I kind of like that feistiness, too, as long as it's channeled in the right way. Well, Kevin, he's extremely adept at creating his own shot. We got a lot of catch-and-shoot guys in the NBA, but players who can beat you off the dribble and score are tough to come by.
And another thing about his game that's really noticeable is how well he handles defensive pressure when he's getting his shot off. He's a very composed shooter.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Lamb's checked in. Durant hits them both.
That's a familiar sight. He hardly ever wastes his chances at the line. Cashes in regularly.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, here's what the Celtics head coach had to say when we spoke just a few minutes ago. I asked him what he thought would be the key for them, and he told me dealing with the penetration of Russell Westbrook. He's one of the most explosive athletes in the game. We've got to send him to help and rotate early to deny him finishes at the rim. Guys, that's never easy.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Rondo kicks to Crawford. Westbrook with the block. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. And a look at the top three-point shooting small forwards this season in the NBA. Every wingman should have that shot in his arsenal, and these guys certainly do. Kevin Durant, number 1. The 4th position, Jeff Green.
And you've got a dilemma when it comes to any of the guys on this list. Stay uptight on them on the perimeter and risk them blowing by you, or back off and give up the 3.
As well as they shoot it from out there, Steve, I'd take option number 1 and hope for some help if they get by me. Because you give him room near the arc, and they'll make you regret it.
Now here's Rondo. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
You know, one of the worst things to see is a young, speedy, dynamic point guard go down with a torn ACL. It happened to Derrick Rose in 2012, and last year, Rajon Rondo was the victim.
The free throw drops for Rondo. Well, that ACL tear for Rondo and Derrick Rose, both of them on pretty innocuous motions. No contact to speak of. Moves they make 100 times a game, Steve, but both got caught.
Yeah, that's often the way that injury happens, though, without contact. So, difficult year for Rondo. Hard to say, how he could have avoided an injury. That's not happening. The main thing is just fighting to get back, get your knee right, and get going again.
Celtics making a switch here. Lee's checked in. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
So deflating for a team, coughing up the ball at one end, and then it turns into immediate points at the other end.
And it's just as much of a boost for the team getting those easy points off the steal.
Bradley against Fisher. Here's the pass to Roberson. 30 seconds left to play here in the first. 9 feet out. Nice defense from Wallace. Poked away. Lamb passes to Roberson. Changes up. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Fans don't like that call one bit.
Well, the officials got an earful as a result.
Wallace dishes to Bradley. Wallace with a screen for Bradley. Feeds to Olynyk. It's taken away by Collison. Here's Roberson. Buried it just in the nick of time.
He sure did. Right on cue. Man, was that major drama. He loves those situations, though.
Boy, that was big time. Knew exactly how much time he had left, squared up, and let it fly.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Thunder out in front.
Next Monday night, January 27th, Rudy Gay and the Toronto Raptors take on Darren Williams and the Brooklyn Nets. You don't want to miss it.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Boy, great hustle defensively through 2 quarters of play, contesting everything, starting to rack up those block shots, guys.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnover.
The skilled front court of Jared Sullinger and Kelly Olynyk. Avery Bradley is out there with Lee. And it's Wallace in at the small forward position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Celtics trail by 7. Bradley with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. Now here's Olynyk. Not a lot of room. And it's Wallace penetrating. And Sullinger kicks to Lee. This one for 3. And that one's good. Lee's got 5 points so far.
And that kind of defense is just not going to cut it, guys. I mean, they have to get a hand in his face. We saw the promise last season of Jared Sullinger, a wide body with a really high basketball IQ, just very skilled as a passer and a low-post scorer.
Rejected by Roberson. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. A different look for Oklahoma City. Perkins comes in for Nick Collison. And it's Perry Jones in for Roberson. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Here's Brooks. No luck. And the Thunder going the other way now. And for Jared Sullinger, he may have slipped in the draft, but a great situation, Clark, a lot of people feel for him in Boston.
Could not agree more. I tell you, playing alongside Kevin Garnett, played for Doc Rivers in his first year. I mean, you're going to learn a lot from those two about how to play in the NBA. I think he's ahead of his years as far as his basketball acumen. He's what we call an old head. Really has a nice understanding of the game.
Wallace kicks to Brooks. And he's good on the 3-ball. Brooks has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Fisher against Brooks. Fisher, the pass to Gomes. Jones dishes to Gomes. stolen by Brooks. And now Brooks running the floor all by himself.
Well, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Kevin, let's take a look at what the Oklahoma Thunder did over the last month in the league ranking. First in free throw percentage. First in fewest turnovers a game. And they're the #2 field goal percentage team in the league. This is a team that has really grown in that area, taking good shots and knocking them down.
And anytime you lead the league in free throw shooting, as you talked about, Clark, I mean, you can put a lot of pressure on the defense. And that's why this team has made a concerted effort to attack the rim and get to the line as often as possible.
Bogans kicks to Brooks. Another shot. Sullinger, no good.
He still couldn't finish, even though it looked like he had a lane to the rim. But too often, that's the story for him.
Jones, the best official. Rebounded by the Celtics. Their next game, playing at home, as the Nets come into town. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard. Show you the teams that have shot the lights out during the last month. Second, the Thunder.
Yeah, Kevin, it's been a long month for anybody who plays these guys. I mean, they've been shooting the lights out, and it's been game after game after game.
Perkins. Great D that time from Jared Sullinger. And stolen by Fisher.
Definitely a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Yeah, the wise move would be to find themselves a quick shot right away.
Well, we've seen that more than a few times, an easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
Brooks against Fisher. Bradley dishes to Bogans. Nice ball movement by Boston. Offensive rebound. Sullinger. And, here, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So we've got a couple of free throws coming up. And a new group in for the Celtics. Brandon Bass is checked in for Avery Bradley. Humphreys comes in for Gerald Wallace. Jeff Green is checked in for Keith Bogans. And Jordan Crawford is subbed in for Marshawn Brooks. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. On the wing, Jones. Outside, Jackson. No good on the 3. Now here's Crawford. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Here's Humphreys. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And we're through 2 here in a good one. Thunder lead by 5. Folks, stay.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
The weekend is finally upon. Out in Oakland, the Warriors are ahead against Minnesota.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And we welcome you back to the lovely and historic city of Boston, Massachusetts. You have to like what we're seeing from Lee.
Yeah, his performance really transcends the stat sheet, Kevin, because you look at it, not all that impressive, but he's made a huge impact.
Yeah, the numbers aren't huge, but he's been really solid. I mean, he's made some important plays for him, and that's what it takes to win. You can't always have guys just stuffing the stat sheet. Sometimes you need plays made that don't show up in the box score.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So the Thunder 5 right now. Backcourt is Westbrook and Cephalosha. Durant outside at the 3 with Ibaka playing the power forward. And it's Perkins in at the 5 down low. Celtics trail by 7. And here's Rondo. Crawford outside. Back to Rondo. Pass to Humphreys. He dishes it to Green. Perkins on him. And Jeff Green, the bucket on the assist by Humphreys. Here's Westbrook. Right now averaging 15 points a game.
Story came out about Chris Humphreys last year that basketball wasn't his #1 sport as a kid. He was actually one of the best swimmers in the country as a youngster. But basketball's worked out just fine.
And Clark, back to Humphreys. He still holds the 10 and under record in the 50-meter And the 100-meter freestyle, Steve, I didn't know that.
Wouldn't you like to see Tim Duncan and Humphreys swim against each other? You know, Duncan used to swim as well.
Right, yes.
Childhood.
Yes.
So I say we put him in the pool. Let's see who the better man is.
Boston shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Back to Humphreys. The feed to Rondo. The dish now to Humphreys. Crawford left side. 6 on the shot clock. Durant with the steal. It's Westbrook with the drive. Oh!
Look out!
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying hard to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Well, you know what the questions are about now? It's their defense, that's for sure.
Backing down is Green. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That's his first foul.
Great defense. He anticipated the play and got there first.
Yeah, I think he got there in time. Nice play.
Let's keep it going.
And now let's bring up the numbers and show you the point guards with the highest assist rate over the past month. Second, Rajon Rondo.
These are the best passers in the NBA, guys. No question about it. Every one of them is willing and able to be the floor general out there and make sure the offense is clicking.
And Steve, you touched on it there. I mean, they're fantastic distributors, but it's not just their passing that makes them great. I mean, it's their leadership on the court. Even when the ball's not in their hands, their leadership is fantastic.
Outside Westbrook. Ibaka covered by Humphreys. 6 to shoot. From the post. And it's Humphreys with the rebound.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Lays it up and banks it in.
Nice touch near the hoop.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now.
You know, Jordan Crawford was dealt from the Wizards to the Boston Celtics last season, guys, and that very well could be a good situation for him. He's a talented player who I think just needs a little more discipline defensively, and with his shot selection, he'll be fine. That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Humphreys kicks to Rondo. Back to Humphreys. Trying his luck deep. Rebounded by Cephalosha. And Clark, you mentioned Jordan Crawford has been a gunner thus far in his career. And his career, just to point out the numbers, about 40% from the field. And Steve, from beyond the three-point line, about 30%.
Well, the next shot he passes up will be the first one, Kevin. But I enjoy watching him play. I mean, the guy has unlimited confidence. He's got great range on his shot. You know, when he gets it rolling, he can really catch fire.
Really left alone that time. 54 seconds left in the third quarter. Back to Durant. Outside Durant. Shot is off. So the Celtics will take it the other way. Crawford passes to Rondo. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Kicks it to Humphreys. It's Crawford on the wing. Crawford left side. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's on Kevin Durant.
You know, size-wise, this is not a great one-on-one matchup for him, but he got that shot to go.
But you wouldn't know it by how he finished. That's a nice hoop there.
Outside Westbrook. Dishes to Durant. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. And it's 6 points for Kevin Durant. The third quarter comes to a close. It's the Thunder leading by 6.
Tune in Wednesday, January 29th. Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder take on LeBron James and the Miami Heat. It's East and West.
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Their defense has been outstanding, Kevin. Closing out on shots, blocking a lot of them as well.
And guys, I think you've got to give them credit for the number of steals they've taken away. I mean, a lot of effort on the defense from them tonight.
We've got Lee. Chris Humphries is out there with Green. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's Crawford at the 2 spot. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Westbrook with it. Outside Durant. From the stripe. Rebounded by the Celtics.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Lee dishes to Bass. Rondo against Westbrook. The shot by Rondo is no good. Durant kicks to Lamb. Westbrook. Outside for Durant. Pass to Lamb. There's the 3. Rajon Rondo with the rebound. Celtics trail by 4. And Lee with the stuff. Oklahoma City shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. Westbrook kicks to Lamb. Back to Westbrook. He feeds it to Cephalosha. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Jeff Green picks one up. Free throw good, Cephalosha. Kendrick Perkins, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Cephalosha hits both of them.
They're really doing a good job working hard to get inside and draw contact, a little more so than they did in the first half.
Well, to keep a lead like this, they should continue to attack the paint like they have been. Don't settle for jump shots. Find your way to the free throw line. I think the game plan needs to change here, guys, if they're going to get out of the hole, because he is not helping their offense.
Jeremy Lamb's checked in for Thabo Cephalosha. Westbrook up top. He's covered by Rondo. Westbrook kicks to Durant. Using his post move to get the 2 points. And the Thunder lead by 6. For Boston, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Rondo passes to Bass. Back to Rondo. Rejected by Ibaka.
This quarter has not been his best. The defense may be starting to affect him a little bit.
Westbrook with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Outside Durant. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Westbrook drives in, and he slams it one-handed. It's astonishing to see a player, Clark, at his position who can get to the rim like that.
Yeah, he goes very vertical on you, Kevin.
And once he's up there, you know he's going to throw it down hard.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Kevin, the head coach for the Celtics had some instruction for his guys during that break. He told his players, turnovers are killing us right now. We can't keep trying to make the home run play. Settle down, run the offense, and make the simple pass. Kevin, sounds easy enough.
Thanks again, Doris.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
And giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
Passes to Perkins, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Celtics trail by 8. Outside Rondo. There's 1:17 left in the 4th quarter. There's Crawford with the 3. Can't get it to go. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. He kicks to Durant. Ibaka outside. Pass to Westbrook. That 3 off the mark.
Kind of rare to see him come up empty on a wide open look.
Outside, Green. Rondo. Left side, Rondo. That's good. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. And now we've got the intentional foul. The Thunder have gone 3 of 6 in the field so far in the fourth quarter. Now here's Westbrook. Left side, Ibaka. Outside, Durant. He passes to Westbrook. Westbrook missing again. Austin's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Crawford dishes to Humphries. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And the second of 2 is good. That brings them within 5. 17 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 7-point game.
He adds to their lead with a couple of solid free throws.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They're trailing by 7. 16 seconds left in the game. What do you think, guys?
Well, talk all they want, but I just don't see a way for them to get back into the game here.
You know what? I don't know if there's a 10-point play out there. And that being the case, this one is finished. Over.
And here we go with Jeremy Lamb. They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Well, you do what you have to do to extend this game and try to get the ball back.
In this situation, clock management crucial.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Well, that's going to be it. Great work at the charity stripe. That'll close this game out.
And here's Green outside. No up. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now we present the Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.